Hi everybody, and welcome to my video on the Super Mario 64 question mark block, which is set number 71395. It's quite a recent set, this one. It came out in January 2022, but it was supposed to be retired in December 23. Now I'm recording this in March 24, and you can still buy it in some places, but it looks like it's limited. So it's one of those where if you like it and you're watching this video, then grab it while you still can, because it's moving off the shelves pretty quickly. I remember when the set came out, it was £169.99, and then it just suddenly went missing on Lego's website for a couple of days, and then it came back at £149.99. I think they readjusted it and dropped the price by £20, which I certainly wasn't complaining about at the time. And it's still at that price now at £149.99. It is a Lego exclusive. I've not seen it sold in many other shops since it's been released. It does have 2064 pieces, which I think is quite clever. It's a nod to the N64 console, probably with the 64 pieces, I should imagine. It doesn't have any minifigs with it, sadly, but it does have these sort of mini, I suppose you call them micro builds, micro figures. You get a little Mario in there, a little Yoshi, the Peaches, a couple of penguins and things like Chomper and stuff. So there's a few little micro builds in there which are quite sweet. I paid full retail price for this on Lego.com, but I did manage to get 2 times VIP weekend, so at least I managed to get some decent VIP points for this. But I've got no regrets. £149.99 for this set. I thought it was well worth it. It was a fantastic build. I loved building it. As you can see, there's little micro builds on the top of the question mark, which they all correspond to levels in the game from the N64. So when you were playing Mario 64, you had levels like Peach's Castle, which is on here as well. And then there was like Cool Mountain, which is where you got the penguin, and the little baby penguin to chase you up the mountain. You had to get the baby penguin to his mama penguin. That was such a fun level. Then there was like the lava field level as well, and then the battlefield. They're all represented on these little micro builds, and it was like a proper hitting the nostalgia bone when I was building this, because I could almost picture myself as a young little man playing Mario 64 when I was playing these levels. Speaking of nostalgia, this proper took me back when I was building this set. I was thinking back to the day when I did have an N64, but it was around the PlayStation time, so like the N64 came out, and the PS1 was around that time as well, and I think the PS2 had come out around 2000. But the Xbox, PlayStation 1 were the big hitters at that time, and Nintendo was just starting to fall away. But this one game, this Mario 64 game, was such a big game at the time, and it kept a lot of people hooked on Nintendo. You can see from the mechanism at the top, it's got this really nice smooth mechanism movement where you can kind of fold in little micro builds, flip it backwards, and it just goes away in all one swift nice movement. It's quite easy to kind of push it all back as well, so it's quite nice as a movement. And whoever designed the set did a great job, I think. And there's tons of little Easter eggs in this set, absolutely loads of them, loads of little hidden features from the game. There's the Peach's castle, where you can remove the front of Peach's castle, and you can see the artwork on the walls, and that was the level where you could select which level you wanted to go into. There's a little tiny little micro Bowser build, which you can put, which is the final boss of the game, and he's on a big spinning section, so it's pretty cool that they include that. I think what's fair to say, and it's pretty obvious once you start building this, is that the Lego designers had a lot of fun playing that game, and tried to recreate as many nostalgic points as they could, and trigger as many memories for people of my age. I love this set. It looks fantastic on the shelf. The yellow really popped. It looked great. It was such a fun build to do. I thought it'd take a little bit less time than what it did, but once you've actually built the question mark box itself, the small little micro builds did take a little bit more time because there was a bit more fiddly and you had to be a little bit more precise with them. But I think that added to the build experience overall, because it didn't get repetitive. You'd think with 4 sides of yellow in a box, in a cube, you'd think there'd be repetition, but because there was a micro build in there as well, it sort of added to that. I think about this set quite a lot in terms of how much fun I had building it. The Mighty Bowser and the Nintendo NES were just brilliant sets to build. There's a lot of imagination into the building techniques that was used. The creativity from the designers was fantastic. But I loved this box. I'd thoroughly recommend it to anybody. Thank you all very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll try and do as many other little videos as I can. Thank you very much.